Okay, this is just a session on how to use a little bit more sophisticated looking at the data. So if you go into explore the data, I can show you how you might use refine the data for some subject analysis. So under refine the data, I'm just going to use English as an example because I know about it. But if I go into year 12 English, now there are 3 courses at year 12 English. There's English writing, and there is visual English. So let's say I want to compare, I want to on each, so I want to break those classes up and take a look at how they all performed on a particular common assessment between those 3 classes. So if I go back up into present the data, and that takes me back so that I can browse, and I go into NCEA level 2 and I go down to English, and now I go to my individual assessment standard. So I know that 2.2 is a common assessment across those 3. Don't worry about the mocks, you want the actual results for 2017. So what happens is this gives me, they don't come together, so they come as individual graphs, but you can see that I get a breakdown for English 9 and 2.2, I get a English with writing 2.2, and I get visual English 2.2, and I get the results. Now I can form those into tables. I can get tables for those results if I want a breakdown with number. I can then break this up into how did students perform and where are they by ethnicity. So here's English 2.2. We see that we have a lot of student ethnicities involved in that particular cohort, in that course, and 2.2 broken down by ethnicity. And here, this is your probably your top kids. And NCEA, and you have Asian European breakdown, and then with your visual English you have again a fairly wide scope of breakdown of how the student performed. Now this is only one student, so you have to be careful that you don't make a lot of statistical basis on one student, but it gives you a breakdown. You could also do it by fee type. So you could, if you are interested, if you could look at international students versus regular students. Now we don't have any international students taking anything in this course or this course, but here we have both international students and versus regular students, so you could do some sort of comparison against that. And again, you can get a table that breaks it down. So you can get into this data and and sort of unwrap some things depending on what you want to see. That's a possibility.